All set. All set.
Yep. Okay.
Thank you.
A lot of bad drivers out there.
18.
All right, class, here we go.
Okay.
Oh.
Harry, sweetheart, remember to speak up, okay?
Okay.
That's right.
All right. Well, there was my introduction. For those who may not recall, my name is Perry, and I am the oldest of 5 siblings. I have 3 brothers, but only 1 sister. I was the only girl till I turned 11. Then exactly 1 week after my 11th birthday, my little sister Veronica was born. It was a wish come true for me. She immediately stole a big piece of my heart. You could actually put our baby pictures side by side and you'd never be able to tell the difference between the 2 of us at that time. I adored her nonstop from the very beginning, and that forced a very special bond between us. Now if we fast forward to the present, I don't get to see her often enough since I have moved to Portland. She's become a very sweet and fun young lady. She's a really great student in school. She's on the honor roll. She's quite the basketball player. And now that she's older, I really wanted to do something special with her. She wanted to bring her up to the big city and do something different from small town Klamath Falls where she still lives. I also need to maintain my cool big sister status. So last Friday, it was her 14th birthday. So me and my husband took her to the Portland Blazers game against Orlando Magic. It was our first NBA game. For the game, we went to the Lloyd Center. We were able to find her some Blazers gear to wear to the game. We caught the Max from there to add to the experience. Once we got to the Rose Garden, we found our seats. We were in section 116, row E, which was just behind the basketball hoop, maybe a dozen rows from the court. I thought we were pretty close. She loved the atmosphere. As soon as we got there, there was all the fans, the lights, the music. It was a great atmosphere for her to be in. Before the games started, there was a blimp riding around above the crowd, and they were dropping envelopes into the crowd, and my husband caught one of them, so it showed him on the Jumbotron. That was pretty cool. The game started, Portland was making a ton of baskets. We stayed probably 20 points ahead of Orlando almost the whole game. So we had to cheer a whole bunch for all the baskets they were making, and Orlando wasn't making any of their free throws, so we got to cheer even more. At halftime, I went up to grab the water so she didn't have to miss any of the show. On the second half of the game, Orlando was shooting at our basket, so they handed out the thunder sticks, which are the 2 plastic tubes. You blow them up and rack them together so that they clap, and the whole point is to distract the other team for when they're making their free throws, although I don't know what we did wrong because they started making their free throws from there. But I think this was probably one of her favorite parts of the game, is because she blew them up so tight that they clapped. I think the loudest of the whole arena. She was the loudest, and she was just a firecracker with them, getting so excited. And I was getting hit in the face, and my husband was getting hit in the face, and the guy in front of us was getting hit in the back of the head. Also during the second half, we'd had a homemade sign made for us to cheer on, and we kept holding it up on and off, and then the second half they showed us on the Jumbotron, so even more involvement in the game there. To top it off for the night, the Blazers won 102-87. Filed out of the arena after that. We went to the counter to turn in that ticket my husband got, and he got a Blazers hat, which added to the swag for Veronica. On the way out the door, we got some coupons for the Chalupas. The Blazers scored over 100 points, so they gave out free Chalupa coupons. And Veronica accidentally got 2 of them, which worked out for her birthday. I think it was great. We weren't ready for the fun to end, so we decided to go out to a restaurant. We'd read about this 24-hour restaurant downtown, and we drove by and didn't end up going there. It was looking a little too wild to take Veronica to, because we'd driven by the Roxy and there were 2 girls kissing outside of there. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm pretty afraid that that's the memory that almost topped it all off for her. So, but all in all, it was a very perfect night, and she had so much fun, and I know for sure that I'm still holding my cool big sister status.